Today, I'm going to simulate raising 4 of history's deadliest sea monsters. They start out as tiny hatchlings, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, and grow to full, terrifying size before being released into the real ocean, where they'll interact with people, sea creatures, and each other. This is going to show us exactly what it would look like if these legends were real. Let's start with this one, Crushclaw. A colossal armored crab straight out of Greek mythology, famous for a shell that can't be cracked and claws powerful enough to crush stone. Even now, tiny as he is, he treats absolutely everything like an enemy, snapping, crushing, smashing anything within reach. Next, the baby kraken. Inkling. A legendary cephalopod monster from Norse mythology. And already at this size, his intelligence is obvious. One tentacle is stealing food, another is exploring every inch of the tank, and a third one is calmly, weirdly, stacking little stones into a tower. Then, Tidefang. A baby Mosasaurus, the apex predator of the Cretaceous period. This thing can grow absolutely massive, with a crocodile-like mouth lined in double rows of teeth. Right now, as a hatchling, he's already restless, swimming like a tiny torpedo, ready to accelerate like a rocket the second you look away. And finally, Venom Coil. The legendary world serpent. Glowing, poisonous, destined, according to the myth, to one day encircle the entire Earth. His long, elongated body already coils into perfect loops, waiting with terrifying patience. Now that I have all 4,
the young serpent remains hidden, its vibrant eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of danger.
It's time to build them one giant community tank so they can grow up together. I added reinforced zones with heavy soil and rock for Crushclaw, dark corners filled with puzzles for Inkling, a long, narrow pipe for Tidefang to accelerate through, and deep, sandy trenches lined with kelp beds for Venom Coil. The moment has come, their first meeting, and the tension is immediate. Crushclaw starts slamming the glass barriers with his claws, ready to fight literally anyone. Tidefang lunges straight at him, and the two start pushing each other around the tank. Venom Coil wants absolutely nothing to do with any of it. He curls up at the bottom instantly, leaving only his glowing eyes visible. And Inkling? Inkling just relaxes in a dark corner, watching the chaos unfold, while quietly, calmly, dismantling the water filter with his tentacles. Time to feed them. First, pieces of meat. All 4 rush toward it, but Crushclaw crushes everything in his path before anyone else can get close. Tidefang steals pieces at full speed, darting through the water like a blur. Inkling's tentacles grab from every direction at once, and Venom Coil strikes from below with lightning speed without even uncoiling. Then I add live fish. Tidefang and Crushclaw chase them down aggressively. Inkling sets tiny tentacle traps in the narrow passages, and Venom Coil uses tight kelp corridors to land a venomous strike with perfect precision. For the final round, I got each of them a special toy. Tidefang got a thick rubber ball, and he immediately started gnawing at it with everything he had. Crushclaw got a massive knight's shield, and instead of headbutting it, he grabbed it with his claws and smashed it to pieces. Inkling got a small puzzle cube, and his tentacles lit up with excitement, twisting and turning it, trying to solve it. And for Venom Coil, I decorated his trench with lush seagrass, so much that he's almost completely invisible when he lies still at the bottom. Over the following months, they kept growing and kept changing each other. Crushclaw's raw, destructive power somehow pushed Tidefang to swim even faster. Inkling's chaotic intelligence taught Venom Coil creative new ways to ambush prey. And Venom Coil's patience, believe it or not, actually calmed Crushclaw down. A little. By the time they hit half a meter, the tank had become way too small. So I moved them into a giant aquarium, 60 times the size, alongside stingrays, turtles, and fish. They became an instant hit with visitors. At first, they behaved, but it didn't last long. Soon, they started seeing their tank mates as food. Crushclaw snacked on anything within reach. Tidefang hunted at insane speed. Inkling spread panic from the shadows. And Venom Coil snatched prey from below with terrifying precision. The staff realized fast. These four together were simply too dangerous. Tidefang got sent to the largest predator tank in the building. Crushclaw got his own armored enclosure, lined with heavy metal plating. Inkling was moved into a deep, dark, multi-level tank. And Venom Coil got a tall aquarium with a sandy floor, all to himself. Over the following months, isolated and growing, they became something else entirely. Tidefang became faster than a rocket, leaping clean out of the water. Crushclaw turned his enclosure into a fortress of twisted, broken metal, his shell hardening even further. Inkling grew enormous tentacles in the darkness, and Venom Coil perfected his ambush technique to something almost supernatural. But even these massive tanks weren't big enough anymore. Tidefang started slamming himself against the glass, staring out toward the open ocean. Crushclaw, furious, began smashing straight through the walls. Management made the call. It was time to release all four into the open Pacific. Once free, they scattered in every direction. Crushclaw retreated to deep underwater cliffs. Tidefang vanished into violent storm currents. Inkling dove straight into the deep sea, and Venom Coil swam toward drifting Arctic icebergs. And in the wild, they thrived. Crushclaw stopped hunting fish entirely. Now he attacks ships themselves, snapping them clean in half. Tidefang leaps from the water to knock low-flying aircraft out of the sky, gathering an entire retinue of predators around him. Inkling turned the deep abyss into his personal kingdom, dragging entire ships down into the dark. And Venom Coil hides in iceberg tunnels, killing seals with terrifying precision. But Tidefang had outgrown even the open ocean. Driven by hunger, he turned toward the continent and launched a brutal attack on the coastline. Drawn by the thunder of the impact, Crushclaw changed course and headed for that exact same shore. When the two titans finally met, chaos exploded. Tidefang, backed by his army of predators, overwhelmed Crushclaw, forcing the armored giant to retreat. And that's when Inkling showed up. Drawn in by the trembling water, the Kraken surged into the fight. Seeing Tidefang dominating the battlefield, Inkling opened his massive beak and unleashed an absolute storm of crushing tentacles and blinding black ink. The toxic abyss swallowed Tidefang whole, in one explosion of pressure and darkness. While the others tore each other apart, Venom Coil stayed far away, deep in the frozen Arctic. And there, inside a massive ancient iceberg, he found something far older, far larger, far more terrifying than any of them. Something that had been sleeping for thousands of years. What it was, you'll find out in part 2.